Good evening, everyone. So today, a very unique, I would say, sharing we are going to do. I've invited Harsh. Harsh is our student who has gone to, Cornell for a summer program. And Harsh, are you there? Yeah. So Harsh went to Cornell this summers, and it was an amazing program for him. And today we are going to understand how summer programs can help in, helping. Planning out your study abroad decision, help in your applications, does it count in profile building? We'll understand in detail about what happens there, how did Harsh reach there, step by step, everything. So Harsh, all yours. Tell us about like how did you get to know about it, what was happening, and even the application process. So let's start off with that.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir, for giving me opportunity to talk to about my experience at Cornell. So, if I begin first with how I got to know from you only, from one of your counselors. And first, I was a bit sketchy about um, what summer camps are and is it worth it. So, I looked it up, Googled a lot, and there were very mixed opinions. But after I went, I took a chance and it was just amazing. So, if I talk about the application process, so the applications opened up, I think, in around December or January. I submitted mine mid Feb, I think end of Feb, and it required three essays, and it was very general. I don't remember the questions really well, but it was mostly about what I like to do in my free time, what social work I have done, and what. And also, there was one specific question about which course I want to pick and why am I picking that. So I had taken up two courses. One was Intro to Programming, and the other was Intro to Microeconomics. And the experience there was just unbelievable. This was my first time traveling alone, um, and going to a foreign country. And I think my first travel was really great.
Amazing, amazing. I hope you met somebody nice on the way.
Yeah, I did meet tons of people.
We can talk about it later. So, a lot of students ask me that are summer programs counted in profile? Is summer program is it a good idea? So, my take, of course, is yes, it's a great idea. See, as a student, you're going to go and just be in a new country for the next 3 4 years. It's a good idea to sample it, savor it, and understand whether it will fit you or not. All of us are different. For some of you, it'll show you that how that independent life for 10 days, 15 days, or 3 weeks, how did you do there? Were you really happy? Were you able to manage things? Blah blah blah. For some others, it might also mean that, hey, I'm not the one to stay apart. I would rather stay with family here in India and then try to build up. So I feel a summer program definitely builds up on your self-reliance. It builds up your independent nature. It is all about cultural adaptation. Of course, there are new topics you would learn. You would be in a very different kind of an environment. I would say surrounded by people from 50 countries. So Harsh, how many people participate in the summer camp along with you?
So I was in the 6 week program. So in my program, there were like around 120 students, and there were more 3 week programs and many other programs going on. So there were, I think, more like around 200 to 300 high schoolers over there at that time.
So such a huge group. So where were these people from? Which countries?
So they were from all around the world. They were from people from China, from Korea, from Myanmar, they were also from India. But I think the maximum were from different places from the US.
Oh, great, great. So, I mean, you first time you were with people from so many countries. So, were there any issues, or I mean, what were the positives, negatives of being with people from so many countries?
I think I didn't feel anything negative about it. It was like I would consider myself a social person, so I didn't take much time making friends. But if you're a really reserved person and don't talk much, there may be some. issues at the first time, but people approach you and it's totally easygoing, and everyone's new. No one knows anyone, so everyone wants to make friends. So it's a pretty easy environment. Some may feel like cultural difference, but after time to time, you adjust to all that.
Great, great. So, okay. Next thing is, what are these credits? Everyone keeps on talking about credits, credits to be earned for US universities. So, what is the understanding and how can a student utilize credits?
Okay, so I received 7 credits from this program, and I think basically, so when you go to undergrad in US, any university, you have to clear around 120 credits to graduate to get your degree, and you take around like I think 30 credits each semester, and there are 2 semesters per year. So from my summer program, I got 7 credits. So like I completed it now, so it can get transferred at the time I go to the undergrad program. So I can finish early, or I can explore more things at the time, so I don't feel burdened.
Great, great. So, uh, uh, how do you think, how helpful are these professors? You know, you would have interacted with a lot of professors. So you can also share different experience, like how's it when you go and attend classes? Do you need some pre-preparation for it? How tough it is? How much time were you working? Tell us in detail about everything, and maybe the first day also, what all happened.
Okay, so the first 3 days were mostly we went on a Saturday, so there were Saturday, Sunday, and a Monday was also holiday because of Juneteenth holiday. They celebrate over there, so we didn't have classes for like 3 days. So we explored the campus and where our classes were. And the first day of classes, we all were super excited and nervous how the professors will be, because I have always studied in my school, and I didn't know how teachers are over there. And um, so it was a really nervous moment for me. But as I went for my class, it was super open. The professors were super reachable. They were very chill about everything. They didn't put any pressure on you that you have to do this and stuff like that. They were super chill. The first day was only introductions and a bit into the course. And then gradually we moved on. Uh, if I talk about the challenge, like how hard they were, so they were college level class. And I think at the start, they were pretty easy, but gradually they gained a bit difficulty. So at the end of the course, things got a lot challenging. I even spent around like 10 to 20 hours on a single assignment because like I was scratching my head around it. But the professors are reachable all the time. They're just a mail away, and they reply very quickly if you any time of the day. And after the classes, there are teacher assistants. The professor has office hours. So if you have any questions, any doubts, you can always go to the drop in by their office hours, or you can just write a mail and set up an appointment with them, and they'll help you out. I sat with my professor, I think a lot of times, and I spent 2 or 3 hours with them over there, talking about my assignment and stuff.
Amazing. So, how much time were you putting in like per day if I look at an average across days?
So I was only taking 2 classes, so I was a bit less burdened. At the start, the first 3 weeks, I think per day I just put in 2 hours, and after the fourth, fifth, and sixth week, I had to put like 4 or 5 hours per day, and it depend on the difficulty of the assignment and stuff. So I think on an average, I put 4 or 5 hours.
So, did you get time to move around to
Yeah, I
like
had a lot of time. I had a
visit
lot
places?
of time.
So, what all did you do? Did you visit places?
So the I Cornell is located in Ithaca, so it's a bit isolated from the city, but the campus is so big, and like you have so many activities over there. You can do tons of stuff. So I went rock climbing, I went ice skating. There's observatory over there, so you can go there at night and look at the stars from that. And it's a lot. You just keep on being, you're engaged all the time. So like I wasn't free most of the time. And with your friends, you just go here and there. There was a mall. We went to the movies. There's a small college town near the university. So there were many shops over there and bookshops, record shops, all sorts of those stuff.
Great. So I mean, overall, like before the camp and after the camp, how did you change as a person? What all did you learn during the camp?
I think I if academic so in my academics I learned a lot. I think I know more than I know before, but as a person, I think I know more about cultures, how to behave with other people, how like um I got to know about the world and how to live on
So,
my own. That's the main thing I learned.
how are you taking care of clothes? Were you getting it like, do you go to a laundry or how does it happen?
Yeah. So at home I never did my laundry by myself. So over there we had a laundry room in our dorm itself. So we had to like I went weekly. I had my detergent, so I just put my laundry and set a timer and then come back in a while. So it was easy.
What about food? I mean, majorly when when moms are sending the child outside, a major concern for them is food. What will happen to my child? She would say I was feeding the child some nutritious food, and at times a lot of food, but there he might not eat. What happened with regards to food?
So my mom was concerned that I won't eat healthy food, but she made me like I'm not a very picky eater. I eat anything, and I didn't have a problem over there. But after a few weeks, I surely missed the Indian rice and dal, sabji, all those stuff. But otherwise, the food there was great. There was also like there was multi cuisine. Um there was a timetable every day. So like every day of the week there was Indian food once a while. Not that great, but like it was still very good. And cuisines from China and US, all those stuff.
A lot of students keep on asking me, so I'm just sharing as a career counselor, and Harsh, you can also add. First of all, people when to go. So obviously, summers is a time. So in US and a couple of other countries, summers would be like July onwards. Yeah, I mean that is the time when they would have camps. Though there are a few camps which happen in June also. So understand when you will have to actually go. The application process would start pretty early. So maybe in some cases Jan, maybe Feb. Hence, your research should start even earlier. So if you're in 11th class right now, you're in 11th grade, and you have to go immediately, like your plan will be like to go after 11th class, the summers between 11th and 12th. So you need to kind of research from right now. Select credit bearing programs where you'll get credit. So Cornell is a credit bearing program, USC is a credit bearing program, UC Berkeley is a credit bearing program. Yeah. So, or similarly, if you want to go to UK, then you can find camps there also. If you want to go to Australia, you can find camps there also. Yeah. Think differently, research, and then plan out. Of course, there are some camps in India which are good for exposure, but might not count as much in profile because of lack of international experience, lack of, it's not very competitive. Like in India, a lot of camps you can just apply and get in. It's about paying money and you don't get any credit for it. So, but still can be tried. So maybe you're a student in ninth class or 10th grade, and now you're exploring camps. So maybe you can do one odd camp in India, and next year maybe you can then do an international camp. So that way, parents also will be comfortable, and then you can look at it. So Harsh, what is your plan now? I mean, you've already been to a top. I mean, Cornell is one of the topmost universities for a summer camp, and now what are you thinking? What do you want to do in life? Which kind of courses? Where do you want to work? And what kind of universities you plan to target?
So I want to go into the computer science field. So my top colleges would obviously be Cornell, UC Berkeley, Carnegie Mellon, Georgia Tech, Stanford, all those. And I have already started my application process, writing essays, and I think you should really start early with all those stuff. And like I I went in 12th grade for the summer camp, and I missed on school a bit, so like I have to like catch up a bit. But I think grade 10th and 11th is the best time for summer camps and stuff. And otherwise, uh, I think everything counts in your application. And now writing my essays and all that is the main focus for me in grade 12th, along with my 12th grade studies.
Great. So, as a career, you are looking at computer science. So, what was the learning in terms of what all areas did you cover in computer science while at the camp at Cornell?
So I took the course Intro to Programming. So it was basically programming in Python, all the basics. It started with the basics, and then the difficulty increased, and I learned many key topics in programming, like object oriented programming and recursion, inheritance, all those stuff. So it made me a better programmer, and I think it's helping me a lot in school too now.
Great, great. So, people here you can see, and if you have any questions, so you can ask right now. So, as I was sharing for people who have joined us late, so Harsh went to summer camp in one of the topmost institutions in the world, that is Cornell. He's a person interested in computer science, looking forward to admits in top universities subsequently. And this was a 6 week summer program, and we are just doing experience sharing. In case you have any questions or any things you want to ask right now, you can ask, and Hers can give you a step by step thing of how it went about it. Meanwhile, we'll just look at a small PPT. We just want to show some photographs of how it happened. So, Ribu, if you can put up the PPT, I think that'll be great. We'll all get to see. Even I'm excited to see it. I didn't see much Harsh earlier. So, Ribu, if you can put the PPT, yeah. Harsh, you can take charge and you can keep on explaining where it was once the PPT is up. I think this.
Sure.
Oh, this seems to be fun.
So this is my whole friend group, and also our RCAs and RAs. Like RCA and RA are basically the dean warden who stayed with us in our dorms and looked after us day by day. And if any problems we had, we could talk to him. So we all friends planned out to watch the Minions movie, and there was a trend going on at that time that we all wore suits, like proper suits, to the movie for kids. And by chance, we met all of our RAs there, and like we got a chance to take a picture, and it was really fun.
So,
So
which was this movie?
the Minions, Rise of Gru.
Okay, okay, okay. Amazing, amazing. And the other one, this is also the same time, is it? Come back? Yeah, the other one is
Both
the
the
same.
pictures, both the pictures are the same place.
Okay, 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 okay. Fine. Next, please. Yeah.
So the left picture is our CS class. So the professor teaches like on the board showing us programs and lectures. We had labs. We had labs, and then we had lecture days. In labs, we had the professor had programs for us to perform, and then on lecture days, he showed us about different. He taught us things regarding to programming.
Great, great. Rivu, is there a video which is coming? I just saw you trying to play something. Yeah. Oh, this is the telescope, is it?
Yeah, so Cornell has one of the oldest observatories. It is called the Fuertes Observatory. So it was like just right next to our dorm. So we walked out on nights. On Friday nights, it's open to the public. So we walked there and like we looked at the telescope. We can look through it, and they showed us Saturn and different nebulas from there. And it was so Cornell is also a great place for astronomy. Everyone, anyone wants to major in astronomy and stuff like that.
Great, great. Cool. Oh, this
So
is the rock. Yeah.
as I told you, I went rock climbing. So you can make a pass, a monthly pass, a yearly pass, and you can go rock climbing there. I, Cornell is a bunch full. You have a lot of things to do over there. So rock climbing, it is the first time I did rock climbing, and it was a really great experience, really fun.
So were you guys trained on rappelling also?
So over there, there were two types of rock climbing. There was a bouldering, which is just I think you can see the really small over at the end. So we don't need any harness for that. And then on the big walls, so you can take two or three certifications from there for like the self belay system, the two-person belay system, and different types of rock climbings over there, which they provide. So they teach you about it, and then you get a certification.
Sounds good. Sounds good. And which is this area, this open area with the beautiful sky, and I can see uh, sun setting or sun rising. I don't know.
It's a
It's
sunset. So this
oh,
is the famous slope of Cornell. So
okay.
every evening after classes, in the evening we walked up to the slope and we just sit here, watch the sunset. It was my favorite place in the whole Cornell University campus. Um, it's really pleasant and the sunset is just beautiful.
Yeah, I can see. I mean, it would be quite calming to the mind. At being at
Yeah,
such a place, it's so open, and I can see a very, very clear sky also.
yeah. More evening, it was just so beautiful. Like we went here every day just to see the sunset, and also the McGraw Tower. It's the bell tower. It's the famous bell tower of Cornell. You can see every picture with the bell tower in it. So they played little concerts with bells. So the chimes were very like soothing, and you sit on the slope. We sometimes brought food, sat there for like 2 or 3 hours, did our assignments. People also at times skateboarded down the slope. It was really fun.
Amazing, amazing. So, wow. Oh, this is you.
Yeah, these are my friends over there. So the
Uh, is a person, I think one person is from China, is it? Or Hong Kong?
Yeah, I think he's from China, but he's stayed in US, so he was US born citizen.
Okay, okay.
And
Great.
then all those on the back, you can see a part of our dorms
Oh, okay.
over there.
It seems to be pretty huge. I mean, do you remember the campus size? It
It's
looks quite big.
22,000 acres.
Wow. 22,000 acres.
It's
Amazing.
super huge, super huge.
Yes, amazing. That's like wow. And I used to think because there are institutions in India which are like 300 acres, 400 acres. I used to think they are the biggest, but this is like really wow. Amazing.
It's
Amazing.
super huge.
Great. Great. Next, please. Okay, great. I think this was it. This was sharing of pics by Harsh. And people, again, I'm just sharing with you, people who joined in late. So we discussed about a summer camp, which Harsh attended. This was a 6-week camp. Primarily, computer science was the focus at Cornell, one of the top universities in the world, and we discussed, and this video will be available on YouTube. So if some of you want to look at it later on, you can look at it. Harsh is our student whom we have been helping with profile building and now with applications. So you can be in touch with us in case you need specialized, very, very focused help in profile building and applications towards topmost universities. You can contact us on these numbers just shared on the screen. Harsh, your parting statement to the audience, what is it that you would like to share with them?
I think if you want to like experiment out with universities, if you're not sure if you want to go abroad, summer school is the best place for you to go to try out if you're fit for it, and it would not be a letdown. It's worth every penny and every worth of your time, and it's a really great experience.
Great. Thanks a lot, Harsh, for joining us and sharing the experience of summer program at Cornell. And I'm sure people would have queries, and I'll keep on passing those queries to you later on. I wish you all the best, Harsh. You have done amazing, and I look forward to you joining our top-notch university in US. That's my wish for you, and I'm sure it will be true.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye bye.